Hello, so I'm just gonna make a video. It's like 3 a.m. but I've got college today, technically today, yeah. So I'm just gonna do an all-nighter to fix my sleeping pattern, otherwise I won't be getting up in the morning, because I've been going to bed at like 6 o'clock. Yeah, so I could have a break, but sleeping pattern. But I get more creative at night, so I've just been sat for like 3 hours drawing, listening to Jordan Peterson, and now I've just been listening to music. It's not finished, but it's pretty drippy, intricate drawing. Like, this right here is chaos, and this right here is order, and then here's a little bit of mixture. And it's like, it only takes so long because the lines are so intricate, like, to draw each and every one of these lines, it's like, it's a little bit of a tedious process sometimes when you're not into it, but when you get into it, it's alright. It's pretty relaxing actually and fun. Yeah. I've been thinking about a quote or philosophy. Surprise, surprise. Um, it's Nietzsche's quote. God is dead, and we are the ones who killed him. And I was like, I've been struggling to get my head around it recently. Like I've been thinking about it like on and off, and it's like, okay, I heard it a while ago, and I was like, yeah, what does it mean? And I sort of could derive from it the increase in secularization, um, but I just couldn't, like put, I guess, completely understand it in the way that Nietzsche intended it to be understood. And I feel like I've gained a bit of understanding on it today. And um, in his work, he basically stated that. Well, I'll stick to the quote for a minute. The quote is, "God is dead, and we're the ones who killed him," and that means that God. Nietzsche doesn't necessarily not believe in God. And many people have this idea about Nietzsche that he's a nihilist, but that's not necessarily the case. Um, so God's an actual concept, but which was embodied through religions, and because the religions became corrupt, and when the scientific revolution came around with the Renaissance, we saw truth in that, and that actually cared about truth. But because we'd been lied to, and the organised religions throughout the past had acted corruptly, that caused the death of God, or the rejection of the idea of God, because we'd found something which seemed more true, and that's okay. But then he said, Nietzsche said that that's a bad thing, even though he didn't like religion, because of herd mentality. And this was also Jungian idea, but I'm getting a bit off topic there. So he predicted that in the 20th century, um, millions of people would lose their lives. This did happen, and it was due to politics. And I think I can't. Okay, so how is that? How is the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany linked to the quote, "God is dead, and we're the ones who've killed him"? I guess it's because when God dies, we lose that value structure which embodies the West, or which holds up the West almost, and like all the value structure of which the West is built upon. We've lost that foundation, so now there's room for tyrannical individuals to come in and almost play the figure of God, because we've now lost God, so then we become God ourselves, and so that's how it manifested in the world at first. It was people like Hitler and what's it called, Stalin. Um, they came in and they played God, essentially, and that was through communism. So Nietzsche actually predicted communism about 40 years before it happened, I believe, and yeah, he's a really smart man. I struggle to get my head around his stuff, but I'm still like trying to study it and stuff, and Yeah, I'm getting there. I think Jordan Peterson helps a lot, definitely, because he introduces me to a lot of new philosophers, a lot of books as well. This one I've actually started reading because he talks about it all the time. Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, and it's basically about, it's a fictitious novel about morality and a man who basically manages to reason himself into murdering someone. Well, I'm only like 20, maybe 30 pages in, so yeah, it's a good read though. I'm enjoying it. I tried to read a bit earlier, but I just wasn't feeling up to it, so yeah, I left it today. Yeah, so God is dead, and we are the ones who killed him. So there was Nazi Germany, and then the Soviet Union, and then there was um, the rise of postmodernism, which was like us becoming our own gods, essentially. Because there's now no authority figure, so it's like we completely reject traditional Christian values. We're moving away from that, and now we have no values. So obviously now we have values, but if you this was extremely prevalent in the hippie movement in the 60s and 70s, and it carried on into the 80s until, of course, the conservatives cracked down on it, which I think was in the 70s, maybe the 80s. Basically started portraying hippies as these bad, deviant individuals because they were essentially destabilizing the traditional cultural society almost. Well, not almost, but pretty much were. We've never seen anything like that before. It's like people being openly sexual, people openly taking drugs, people dancing, people just completely acting out of the norm. And I don't know if this is a bad thing or not. I guess it was quite a liberating part of civilization. People had been, I guess, quite conservative beforehand. No one really stepped out of line too much. It was, I don't know, like Harry obviously wasn't there, but I'm assuming this. But maybe I'm lying because when I'm thinking about Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union, and obviously that seemed completely out of line. But obviously this was a result of the same process. It was essentially secularization. I believe that's probably the leading factor in all of this things that have happened in both the 20th and the 21st century. And yeah, it's really interesting. It's like maybe we should reject religion. Maybe we should do that because of all the connotations which have been attached to it. But I think there's a problem in doing that. Like I myself aren't religious, but I think there is truth to be found in religions, and that's a metaphysical truth which, if we completely reject all religious scripture on the grounds that religion is corrupt, religion has caused wars, religion has done all this bad stuff throughout the past, then we're going to lose an essential part of what human value or Western value is founded upon, and it'll essentially be an unstabilized values with no structure. And what makes you think that those values can maintain their existence in reality without a structure, even if that is a metaphysical structure such as religion? I don't know. Values. What even have values? That was a bit of a deep philosophical question and maybe a little bit irrelevant. But then again, should we be asking questions along those lines? It's all weird because I'm here right now and I'm having this experience. Like I'm sat talking to a camera or a phone if I'm going to be pedantic, and I've got a drawing next to me, and I've got a book and a folder and a plate and a TV, and I'm in a room and I spend a lot of time in this room. Yeah. Strange. I don't know, maybe it's irrelevant to think about things like that, but is it irrelevant? Can we just write it off as irrelevance? Or perhaps we could argue that nothing's trivial, because that's a part of experience, isn't it? Of where we spend our time, what we do in our spare time, the layout of our room. Is it clean? Is it messy? Mine is extremely messy. I don't know if I should show, but oh well. That's what you call a proper mess right there. Beautiful. Apparently there's a correlation between creativity and messiness though, so I would just, that's my excuse. I don't clean my room, Mom, because I'm creative. I like doing art and it helps. In case you can't tell, I don't like doing art. I mean, I do like doing art. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so the niche is interesting. I'm gonna try and keep on educating myself on things like that. Hopefully life will go okay. Yeah. Thanks for watching.